Hi, and welcome to Wednesday. This first letter is from Gina from California, and she says some stuff about having to see everything on my YouTube, scratch everything on my Facebook pages, apparently, on her phone. And the phone screen isn't big enough, so she got more information when she used apparently a regular computer. Anyhow, here's one of her statements. I really enjoy doing the law of abundance check every new moon. I remember the first month I tried it, it really worked. The following day, I ordered a pizza, half cheese, half pepperoni. When I went to pick it up, they said they made a mistake with my order. They had made me two pizzas instead of one. They said I could take the extra one home for no charge. Sweet. And then the next month, I was leaving the library and happened to look down at the ground in the parking lot to find a $20 bill just waiting for me to pick it up. I find life is much more fun and magical when doing the law of abundance checks. Thanks for sharing that, Gina. Now she has a couple questions. My friend just got a job at a funeral home and wanted me to ask you this question. Does the spirit of the recently departed usually hang around when their body is embalmed, dressed, and then makeup is applied? No, they are not. Over all these years, I know of maybe two or three that actually watch their body be prepared. Who wants to see that? However, it's not that they don't have a whole lot to say at the first viewing, especially if they don't like the way their hair, their makeup, or the clothes they have on. Second question, is the spirit who doesn't want to go to the other side and stays earthbound get upset when they see their physical body get cremated? Not if that's what they wanted. If somebody was dead set against having their body cremated, then don't do it, even if it is less expensive. Try to bury somebody with how they wanted to be buried or cremated. Just like if you bury someone and they wanted to be cremated, that could be a reason why they would stay too. Why would a raccoon or moose decide to stay earthbound since they don't have any emotional connection to anyone? I know pets might want to stay close to their owner or other pets, but why would a wild animal choose not to go to the other side? I'm going to guess for the same reason. A lot of animals travel in packs. They're used to staying with other like animals like themselves. A mother bear gets killed in a car. She's got a couple cubs in a cave someplace. Yes, they're animals, but they've got the same attachments as humans do. And, they just stay. So thanks for your letters, Gina. This one is from Jameson in Alaska. Just found and looked over your webpage. Ran across a video about you and found out that you wrote some books. Found them very interesting and logical. Thank you. I feel your books don't downplay religion, which I hope not. I bought about 98% of what you wrote about. And in all honesty, what I write about works for me. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for everybody. Any book you read, save half of it, throw the other half out, including mine. I wasn't convinced about the quinceads affecting spirits, however. That's your choice. Now to my question. I rather doubt you will be reading this. I imagine you have a large staff of these that handle these emails. Well, this isn't even an email. You wrote this, and no, my staff is Ted and a webmaster. So, no, just the two of us. Just hope it gets answered. How an earthbound spirit travels when lightly touched on was not described very good in your books, but I would like a detailed explanation of how I can travel long distances after I die. I have a number of children 2,000 miles from me, and when I get ready to cross into the light, I'd like to pay them all a visit. Also, reading your book made the thought of dying a lot scarier. God bless, Jameson. A fan. I don't know about that. Um, you're pure energy once you are earthbound. You can go from the East Coast to the West Coast in a blink. So, and there's nothing to explain because I don't know how to do that. And I am not scientifically, I am scientifically challenged. I wouldn't even understand how that would work. So, but that's the best I can tell you, Jameson. Thanks for writing in. This one is from Caroline. I had a paranormal group come into my house and do an investigation. I have a daughter, 8 months old, and she was sleeping in her crib. And my other two kids, the 5 and the 3-year-old, were staying at grandma's. During the investigation, they found several EVPs during our initial interview and over 125 during their 6-hour investigation. They determined that there are 5 spirits in our house, 2 women, 2 children, and 1 man. During the thunk noises that we all hear in the house, a child is heard on an EVP saying, "The baby is sleeping." My children know absolutely nothing of this issue, and yet 2 nights ago, my son stated that he can't sleep because of the people humming in his room, and he said there were 5 of them. Our house is still active, and although we had an investigation to prove the phenomenon, we are left with the next steps on our own. I would love for a solid resource to connect with and help these spirits move on. We were given several names from the EVP, and they said what their names were and where they were from. Our family attends church every Sunday. We are all, by all means, very normal. We don't pursue or believe in the paranormal, and yet we are faced with a stunning situation in our house that we can't explain. We are looking for some resolution. I'd be happy to mail you our full investigation report on EVPs. No, I don't want that. Caroline, this is one of the problems that I personally have with paranormal groups doing investigations. 6 hours with EVPs, and they gave you information, but they didn't do anything to remove the problem. Why not? Which I don't understand. I will never understand that. Anybody, anywhere that wants to have a paranormal group come in, it's your house, you do what you want. I don't understand why these investigations have to be done at night. If you have ghosts in your house, they're active all day. They don't just come out at night. So that's one of my questions. But if you're looking for a group, and this is nothing new, I've stated it before, is there somebody in that group that can see them? Is there somebody in that group that can talk to them? Is there somebody in that group that can create the white light and release them? And is there some way to protect your house once it's clear so it never happens again? If you can't get a yes answer to every one of those questions, keep looking for a paranormal group that can do that. I keep looking in your state and see if there's somebody that can help you. Okay, this is from A letter from France. Hello, Mrs. Winkowski. My name is Maria Antonio Fischer von Molland. I live in France. Her English is cute. With me at home, the uncanny things which I cannot explain to myself happen. I have read your books, and the large part of them described signs for terrestrial minds also apply with me. I know this a little bit is not right, not only because I feel it, but because I also am pressed at night. So something sat on me. It was no dream. My dogs do not go to the cellar and also bark in the emptiness. I get constantly headaches and absolutely tired as long as I am home. I would tell you even more, but I don't want to detain you any longer with it. I would be very grateful if you would soon answer because I really live in fear and would not want all of that anymore. Very nice English, seriously. I mean, I totally understand this letter. Um, she PS'd, let me know when you're going to explain this on your program on Wednesdays so that I can listen to your answer. So you were informed that this was going to be aired today. And it sounds to me like, Maria, that you have a bit of a stalker or a peeper in the house, so a pervert that is just not leaving you alone. You don't say if there's anybody else that lives with you besides your dog, but definitely have an ordained priest or minister come in and bless the house. Get a smudge stick, it will work. They don't retaliate. Start smudging. I am not coming to France anytime soon. Right now, I'm not leaving Ohio, even to the States anywhere else. So definitely try doing all of that. And um, if you know somebody in the States that can order a Quincy charm for you, I would suggest you do that so that this pervert can't get close to you if you keep the necklace on 24/7. You can't order it direct because the store does not send out of the United States because they get stolen and everything else. So if you have a friend or family that can order it for you and then send it to you their way, that is definitely what I would suggest. This one is from Lori. Um, I've been watching a lot of psychic shows on TV, like Psychic Kids and with Chip Coffee, other shows about psychics and mediums who can tell if there are ghosts in houses or on land. However, now that you've cleared my home and I've read your books, I have to wonder if those shows really help solve the problem. On one episode, a mother whose child had abilities and lots of ghosts in the house said, I'm a very tired mother. I'm tired on all levels. I have and had sympathy and empathy for that lady ghost, but she's got to go. Do you ever watch these shows and ask, why don't they help the ghosts move on? Because they can't. Maybe they're aware of them, but they can't release them. Not everybody has that ability. Um, what are the thoughts about the show? Do you think that more psychics need to learn to send ghosts to the light? You know, you can't teach somebody how to see a ghost. And I, if they can't see them and they can't visually see the white light and visually watch somebody walk into it and close it after, they just can't do it. And unfortunately, sometimes when these ghosts do get, found out, then they're upset because they want to go and nobody helped them. So sometimes it can actually make it worse for them. So I don't put too, only because of Ghost Whisperer. I know how they absolutely glorified that and Hollywoodized it. And I'm going to say that probably any of these shows that are on TV are pretty much the same. This one's from Norway. Her name is Verna. Uh, I'm 33 years old. I have read your book, With Minds Talk. When Ghosts Speak are in other languages, but the publishing companies in those countries have changed the title. So the book she's referring to is When Ghosts Speak. This was absolutely first class. I have 3 children who are caught cold constantly. We have constantly problems with cough, ear woe, etc. Is something haunting with us. At night, my latest son would not like to sleep in his room and always comes to us to bed. However, our house is a new building. Can you help us? Our phone number announces you is, and she gave me a very long out of state, out of country phone number. I am not sure whether it concerns the mind, but there are many things in your book which apply with us. Can you please give us some information? Verna, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told the gal from France. Have the house blessed. Get a smudge stick. I'm not coming to France anytime soon, or Norway. And so that's the best you can do, especially with the kids in the house. You're going to have to smudge on a really regular basis. And if you stay with it and do it long enough, whatever ghosts are there will get disgusted because they can't get energy from anybody and they will finally leave. But it's going to take a commitment. Okie dokie. I wanted to tell people that the next Zoom is on Monday, the 18th. There are still some spots available. The Carousel Museum in Sandusky, Ohio. The program is on May 1st. There are still openings for that from noon to 3. It's a great place, especially if you want to run around and take ghost pictures. If you're local, starting in May, the 3rd Tuesday of every month from 7 to 8, we are doing a book club. And it's for free. Come and see the books that we're reading. They're on Goddess Elite's website and mine, which one to get. Okay, everybody have a nice Easter weekend coming up. It is a very, very full moon on Saturday. So if this week you've been having a lot of trouble with goings on in the house, that's why. Have a great weekend. See you next week.